Anders Carlson has this teed up, ready to get started.
And off we go to wrap up this Sunday of action.
And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback.
So here's the first drive now for the Jags. As we get a peek at the former Red Raider and 10th pick in the 2017 draft, Patrick Mahomes.
Now, the meeting we had with him this week, that's one of the briefer ones we've ever had, isn't it?
He wasn't too happy after last week.
Not happy. Really determined to play a whole lot better, and he really can't play a whole lot worse. He's got to go out and show the team that the goods that he exhibited early are still there. Otherwise, he could lose the confidence that they have in him.
And hoping to get rid of that interception bug. The numbers on the ground for Jones last week. 18 carries, 101 yards.
And the way they ran the ball last week has to bring a smile to the faces of the entire coaching staff, because not only are they seeing a back pile up yardage, but they're seeing an offensive line in sync, and that bodes well this late in the season.
Moore, the man in motion.
And now a fake on the jet sweep and a give to Jones.
Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
You talk about this Bengals defense.
They've been pretty solid against the pass, toward the middle of the pack, number 14 in the NFL.
And when you're getting ready to face the #1 overall offense in the NFL, it does not matter who you have to fight.
Dropped out.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. After all of the turnover woes that they had last week, another turnover on the first drive of the game.
And when you dive into the analytics of football, it's real simple. If you're down in turnover margin, you're not going to win very many football games. The best teams always rank in the upper part of the league in terms of turnover margin.
And last week's number for them was 5 turnovers. And as you saw, another one there. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. 39 yards there, a big one.
First and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. Richardson looking to throw.
And did he get the feet down? Yes, touchdown. A great effort there with touchdown number 8 on the year.
And the Bengals take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown.
The touchdown all set up by the big play one snap before, but they finish it off here with a shorter completion, this time for the score.
I like how they stuck with what got them there, right? The big pass play, got the momentum going, right? That's you create it with a play like that, and you come right back with another pass play to finalize things off.
And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback.
So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the second time here in this game.
They had the fumble on the last drive, wound up leading to the opening touchdown. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. Mahomes now to throw. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot.
Now, this defense for the Bengals, they were very good a week ago in that win over Minnesota.
And what keyed their victory? The pass rush. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks, and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well. Hard to throw the ball downfield when all you're seeing is opposing jerseys come at you.
On second down, it's Jones. There he goes, right side. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. Throwing now is Mahomes. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And he's taken down inside the 30. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. Looking to throw is Mahomes.
Pass complete there in the clear.
And he'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 11 more on that one and another first down.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago, because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville.
Aaron Jones.
An 18-yard touchdown grab.
And the Jaguars are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Extra point by York is up and good.
And we are tied at 7. So we're even at 7 now as they kick it away.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return.
The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return.
Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their second drive.
And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
It certainly is. And if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing, the answer can be yes. Because when teams are on a hot streak, they want to keep going. But when the veterans are telling the young guys in the locker room, an open week is always good, guys. Take it, and let's go with it.
Steps away to his left. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. It's another first down as they look his way again, this time 19 yards.
That's a big league job there of getting out of the pocket, not panicking, and just buying himself some time. Then he made a good, accurate throw to set up first and goal.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. A great play there with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Bengals have taken the lead.
Carlson's extra point up and good.
And that makes the score 14-7.
Carlson back out there now to send this one away. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line.
Here's Aaron Jones in the offense trotting back out. And you see his numbers from a week ago. He was up over 100 yards then, and he's already hit pay dirt here once in this one.
We always talk about quarterbacks and receivers getting into rhythm, right? Really feeling good, finding each other downfield. I think running backs operate the same way. They can hit a good rhythm and a good stride, and he's carrying it over from last week.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. To throw, it's Mahomes. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. Rolling to his right. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. Through one quarter, 14-7. Second quarter now from Jacksonville, and it's the Jags with the football as they've got it with a 4th down coming up. And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. And taken right on the 30. It'll be a 39-yard punt. Give him a good 10 yards on the return.
And the Bengals take over 1st and 10.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field.
Sitting in first place in the division. They've got an open date on the calendar coming up next week. So, Charles, you and I were talking about this before the game. This one for them kind of has some extra importance.
It certainly does, because if they can get the win here and pad their lead a bit or at least keep pace, then they can really kick their feet up and say a job well done at this point and not have to worry about ball at all until they're back in their facility, back in their meeting room, getting ready for the next game.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
He had to fight for every yard on that run. Shook himself free of a tackle and kept fighting, even with the rest of the defense closing in on him. That's the kind of effort you'll take every single time.
They'll try and run here with Swift. And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line.
12 yards that time and a Cincinnati first down. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30. And they'll send Waddle in motion left. They'll stay on the ground with Swift.
And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
The Bengals at 11-1 now on the year. And they've been playing their best football of the year, winners of 4 in a row.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Here's Knight on the handoff.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
And we got a pause following the play because it appears a member of the Bengals in some discomfort.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. 7th play of the drive forthcoming on 3rd and 8.
Play action. Now Richardson.
Touchdown Bengals. A great effort there. On his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns.
And the Bengals have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Carlson on for the extra point.
It's good, and it is now 21-7. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it's finished off with a Cincinnati touchdown.
So now Carlson, after the touchdown, called on to send this one away.
And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here.
Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. An inside give to Jones. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Oftentimes when you see a running back get bunched up in the backfield, it's usually because the defensive tackle is eating up blockers for others to make the play. Not in this case.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Mahomes going to change things up.
Mahomes to throw on 2nd down. A short throw to Ingram. call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now. Mahomes going to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
I'll tell you what, these last couple of drives, much better from a defensive perspective. They gave up a touchdown on the opening drive, and then after forcing a punt on their last possession, it looks like they're going to get the football back again.
This will be fielded at the 17. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10.
Well, let's shine the spotlight on the former Georgia Bulldog, DeAndre Swift, who's set to begin this next drive.
And he's sure looking like a lock for a 1,000-yard season. Don't know if he's going to get it in this game, but he'd probably like to just to get past that point.
Yeah, and if he doesn't, as you noted, there's still time, still opportunity. There's still more games to be played. So, yeah, it's not a lock. But barring injury, it certainly looks like he's going to get there. And what an accomplishment that is. Anytime you get over 1,000 yards, you're celebrated in the NFL.
It's been quite a season. Still a couple chapters left in that book, though.
Touchdown! A great play there. On his way to a historic performance, 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Bengals will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Now Carlson for the extra point.
He knocks it through. It's 28-7. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on 8. Tidy 2-play drive that time.
So after the made field goal, here's Carlson to send it away. This fielded right at the goal line. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Jags going to go on offense now late in this first half. And with a 3-score deficit staring them in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. He'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Going to be taken in here by Nakua.
Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Now here's Mahomes.
Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Now a timeout called for by the defense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They go play action. Now Mahomes. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted.
Greedy Williams picks it off.
They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out.
It's caught at the 10. A big play there just before halftime, and even 40 yards. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver.
And he will score. Touchdown, Cincinnati. A great effort there as the first half is winding down.
And the Bengals are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Now before they can try the extra point, a flag comes out, and they're going to get tagged for a delay of game. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
Smart, baby.
Zach Taylor's made the decision. They'll go for two here. Richardson will throw for it.
And it's intercepted at the goal line.
Tyreek Stevenson picks it off.
It's interesting that when it comes to two-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. Escapes the defender. Well, there you go. Just your everyday leading big, and you onside kick it with a lead. They got it. I mean, it worked, but interesting call.
I think because they have such a margin, they feel a little bit bolder about what they're doing. And it's not only just to try and increase their lead, but that's their way of saying we're in full control of this game, and we can kind of do what we want.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
They'll let this go deep for Waddle.
And it's knocked away and incomplete. So we've come to
halftime over. No problem with us. We skip right to the third quarter and continue this midseason contest.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. The Bengal offense now with the football first here to begin quarter number 3.
And the first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them because if they can have...
And the defense loses him. It's complete.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
It's nearly a 40-yard gain on the opening play of the quarter. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Got a man. It's caught at the 6-yard line. Touchdown, Bengals. A great play there. 39 yards.
And the Bengals come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. A familiar refrain, a turnover leads to a touchdown, and that lead grows even wider now here in this third quarter.
Yeah, partner, I'd say there are a lot of grins breaking out on that sideline because, let's face it, they came in thinking they were in for a real fight in this game, but this one's been about as one-sided as we've seen in a while. In addition, if you're a backup, time to start stretching and loosening up. You may get some playing time in this one.
They'll try to run with Swift.
And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line.
I know we could sit up here and dance around it a little bit, but going for 2 in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you went, I mean, yeah, that's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you can just say, well, my kicker's hurt in this spot.
No.
Okay.
Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2. They'll try and get the running game going with Jones. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. On the counter, here's Jones. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that.
A 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points.
Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Greedy Williams picks it off.
And the Bengals are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line.
Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Oh, wide open, complete. A big play there for Cincinnati. 42 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. And the offense moving quickly to the line.
Richardson off the play fake. Going across the formation, there's Otten with it.
A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
On 3rd down, it's Richardson.
And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting.
And the Jaguars are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for 2nd down.
Meanwhile, Mahomes' throw here taken in by Ingram.
A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Just a gain of a couple there, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Jacksonville. Taking it about the 16. One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Jacksonville. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food, because that is something that you and I
we
enjoy.
We share that.
We enjoy our time in the the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones, and it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
He's got a man complete, and that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown.
Jalen Waddle,
41 yards.
and the Bengals stretch this fourth quarter lead even further, and they are closing in on win number 12 of the season. Carlson's extra point up and good.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
Carlson back out there now to send this one away.
And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
They go play fake. Mahomes.
He'll connect on the out route with Ingram.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Mahomes now on first down. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contact.
The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes.
Micah Parsons showing off that elite athleticism as he gets the sack.
Gonna need better protection here. Third and long following the sack from Mahomes and company.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And they can't bring him down. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing. And if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
Got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars.
Evan Ingram from 8 yards out. And the Jaguars get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. Extra point by York is up and good.
As they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play.
York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. Taken at the goal line.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And he's going to be out of bounds across the 50. Great return.
And we got a pause following the play because it appears a member of the Bengals in some discomfort. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. They go play action with Richardson.
Wide open receiver complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10.
Off play action, Richardson.
And he's got it. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, obviously, Charles, no more points were needed, but some teams just can't resist the urge to keep adding on, and they did just that here in the fourth quarter.
And we've certainly been on the call to see many teams do exactly that over the years, Brandon. Some to even more impressive degrees. In the end, it always comes back to there's still a defense out there And it's still a game of NFL football, so if you don't like what's happening, it's up to you to get them stopped.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. Jacksonville set to go again offensively. We said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way they were pulling.
And Mahomes misfires again, and it's intercepted. And he's got room. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six for a Bengals TD. Well, this one was already ugly, and now it's just kind of becoming a feast on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, partner, this is a unit that knows they've got this game in the bag with this huge lead, and it's going to drive their coaches crazy because they're telling them play it straight, do all the right things, but these guys are going to be freewheeling now. All of them are going to take chances, and that one pays off with an INT and a return for 6.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set here. And not the first time that they're coming back out off of a turnover, but the last one really hurt Charles with that pick six.
And it feels like the whole team's infected right now, doesn't it? It's not just been one person. It's kind of been a group effort where the mistakes have happened. Can they put that aside, kind of start over, and put together a nice drive?
No gain on the screen there. It's second down. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. Now a 2nd and 10. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score. Here's Mahomes to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. A first throw for the backup Wilson. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. They overload him that time with a safety blitz, and he winds up being dropped for a loss of 7. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Tressway now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. That's taken at around the 40. That'll go as a 39-yard punt. Give him 9 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. A very good starting field position for the Bengals here as they come up 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 49. Now a pass hauled in downfield. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. 36 yards on the play.
And this has been the story all night long. They just came out firing and have not backed off, even with the big fourth-quarter lead. Here's another completion for big yardage.
Richardson. And a quick throw here that's complete. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Carlson on for the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. So now Carlson, after the touchdown, called on to send this one away. And able to get this out to the 25. The Jaguars offense now heads back onto the field. Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is end the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
Now Mahomes throwing on second down. And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete.
Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete passer we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them holding them under 200 today.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back. And control of the football, switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. The Bengals drive about to get going. Now it looks like he'll throw here. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field.
Richardson to throw off play action.
He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
Well, this is long since over, and some might see this as overkill, but remember, this is a team that puts on the hard hats, grabs the lunch pail, and tells everyone, we're going to give you a full 60 minutes. And that's exactly how they're playing this one out.
So now the Bengals offense will stay out there as they'll decide to go for 2. They'll try and throw for it. And unable to connect. They don't get the 2-point conversion here. And that one will drop incomplete. 4 seconds remaining now in this half. Likely time for just one final play.
No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.